Hey players, a lot of RPGs out there really do put the crawl in Dungeon Crawl. With tedious character creation, hours of prep, endless rules, and
slow gameplay.
RipCrypt is different. In minutes, you'll create a hero, design a delve, and jump straight into the adventure. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it sprints where others crawl. Real quick before we jump in, if you'd like to follow along and create a hero with me, download the free RipCrypt Sprint Start. The link is in the description and the hero card is on page 5. All right, let's jump into it. Hero creation. In RipCrypt, heroes have 4 abilities. Each starts with a score of 1. Grit for strength, endurance, and close combat. Gait for moving, speed, and shooting. Grit for leadership, influence, and morale. And Glim for reason, intuition, and
Glimcraft.
Choose a fate path and add 1 point to your fated ability. North for Grit, East for Gait, South for Grip, or West for Glim. Movement is set by your hero's gait, and new heroes rank as novice with 0 glory. Choose 2 skills for your fate path and roll 1 skill for each other ability. Next, roll starting coin and purchase gear for the path ahead. You're going to need it. Finally, take a minute, breathe some life into your hero. Pick a cool name. Take a moment and add a flaw, a memory, a quirk, or motivation. Just 1 sentence of backstory goes a really long way. And bingo, you're done in under 10 minutes. You've already created your hero for RipCrypt. All right, next we'll set up a delve. First, decide if the area is familiar or unknown. Will these conditions be easy, normal, tough, or hard? This will be used as the target when heroes take action. And every good story starts with an opening and a motivating objective. Roll a few dice to generate 4 opening keywords. For example, forgotten, inlet, ancient springs, biting cold. Next, roll again to generate keywords for the objective. In this case, find, person, and reward. Now combine the opening and objective keywords to create your first scene. Something like: rumors have led to a forgotten inlet, a canal where ancient springs flow. The cold here is biting, truly chilling to the bone. It's hideous to think that a child was taken into these miserable depths. It's time to count your torches. This is critical as it sets the stage tone and motivating objective for your new heroes. Finally, we create the crypt. Again, use simple tables to combine corridors, rooms, chambers, and threats. Draft everything down quickly on some graph paper, and bingo bango, prep done, ready to play in under 10 minutes. The key here is to not overthink everything. Don't worry about it being perfect. So much will evolve and emerge from player agency anyway. If you get stuck, you can always improvise or use the delve tools in real time. You just need enough to get to the table and get going. Now we get into real gameplay. For your setup, use whatever tiles and props you already have. Just something to represent the space, your heroes, and any hostiles. A chunk of cardboard and a Sharpie go a really long way. Delve tours. Let's start with some open exploration. This is where we set our delve dice. 1d8 for the hourglass, 1d8 for our conditions, and we roll 1d8 for fate. Once fate is set, heroes take action in fate order, clockwise from north to east, south to west. In tours, heroes take 3 actions with care, or 1 more with haste. And hasty action always tempts the sands of the hourglass. Here, Sloan of the North has first action and moves before jumping over the inlet, rolling 1d8 using Gait against the conditions die for 1 success, clearing the chasm. Sloan moves again for their final action. Next, Arwen of the East follows, rolling 2d8 for a Gait of 2, failing. Arwen falls into the frigid inlet, taking 1 damage from exposure. Arwen takes his final action with Grit to climb to safety. After all actions are taken, the tour ends with the hourglass sands falling by 1. When the sands reach 0, a cryptic event occurs. Finally, we start the next tour by advancing fate 1 ordinal. Just like that, you have it. We just played through our first tour. We're already up and running. All right, combat sprints.
Are you ready to rumble?
In combat, time accelerates into sprints, which locks the delve dice. Combatants allied with fate have edge and are activated first. Combatants take 2 actions with ease or 1 more with angst for 1 morale effect. As our unfortunate heroes turn the corner, the walls here are thick with silk, where a massive cryptid awaits fresh prey. Flip a coin to initiate. Heads for heroes, tails for hostiles. Heroes win the coin flip and fate is east. Arwen is aligned, acting first, with edge, firing 2 shots from a longbow. Shooting is a rival action, comparing Arwen's gait of 2 to the cryptid's of 4, and adjusting for edge, the target is 6. Rolling 2d8 for the first shot for 2 successes. The shot hits for 1 extra damage. Now roll for hit location. An 8! Arwen's first shot is true, striking the cryptid's head. With no armor in that location, the cryptid takes the full 4 damage, lowering guts from 12 to 8. Arwen's second shot misses, ending his actions. Next up, Sloane of the North acts without edge. Cryptid are also of the North, but heroes act first because they won the coin flip. Sloane bravely charges, attacking with a mace. Attacking is also a rival action, comparing Sloane's grit of 2 to the cryptid's of 3. Without edge, the target is 6. Rolling 2d8 for the attack for 1 success, and rolling a 5 for hit location, Sloane's mace strikes the cryptid's heavily armored body, which absorbs the 2 damage. Sloane attacks again in angst for 2 successes, 1 extra damage, striking the head. The cryptid takes 3 damage, lowering guts from 8 to 5. Sloane takes 1 morale effect for angst. Finally, the cryptid attempts to entangle Sloane in silk. This trait is a rival action using Gait. Comparing the cryptid's gait of 4 to Sloane's of 1 without edge, the target is 4. Rolling for 2 successes, Sloane is entangled. She will not be able to move or attack until successfully breaking as her next action. Next, the cryptid bites Sloane with a target of 4 for 2 successes, for 1 extra damage in the arm. Sloane's hide bracers and shield soak 2 of the 4 damage, but she loses 2 guts. Finally, the cryptid bites again, miraculously missing. After actions, any combatants with morale effects, trial with grip. Sloane passes her trial and overcomes bad morale. Bingo, bango, banjo. There you have it. We played through our first delve tour and combat sprint. Smooth, fast, and deadly. Now that you've seen how RipCrypt simplifies hero creation, delve design, and exploration while accelerating combat, it might just seem unreal. Moving from systems with little to no guidance for exploration, with complex initiative procedures, and the unclear abstractions of things like armor class, to something so fast is a big shift. I want you to take a minute, though, and imagine getting game night going for 90 minutes instead of 3 hours. Imagine advancing the story in almost real time. Imagine the satisfaction your players will feel making immediate headway. Imagine all the space that opens up for rich interaction and real roleplay. Imagine taking every session further than ever before in half the time. If you want to get into the crypt and see for yourself, check out the free RipCrypt Sprint Start with the link in the description and see just how fast you can rip the crypt. In the next video, by viewer request, I'll delve into some of the frameworks used to design and develop RipCrypt, along with some practical tips to keep your sessions rolling smoothly. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.